Hi guys, Tara here from Divine by Designs. Today I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful purple hydrangea and magnolia spring wreath. So you're also getting a little bit of a preview of part of my shop with all of my greenery everywhere. I normally make this on the wall, but I think that this may be easier for you to actually get a clearer view of what I'm doing. So it's going to be zoomed in. You're probably not going to be able to see my face, but you'll be able to see the wreath, and that is what matters. Hope you have fun watching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this hydrangea, dip it in my glue pot. For those of you that have watched me before, I use the Shore Bonder glue pot. It's much easier for me to use than a glue gun. I do have a glue gun and I do use it, but I use this more. So we're going to stick this right in there. We're going to put all of the florals first and then the greenery. So this one, because it's so big, I will come here with my glue gun as well and just kind of shoot a little bit of glue in here just to make sure it really sticks because it's heavy. So the last thing I want is for it to fall out. Next, I'm going to put the magnolia in it. Make sure, guys, if you're using a glue pot, you basically cup the flour in your hand so that it doesn't go into the glue. I've done that before and ruined many, many flowers. So we're just going to find, see, there's a big gap here, so the flour's not going to stay in well. So we want to kind of find a tighter spot. And I'm going to angle this one, see, facing that way. So that's front. This one's facing to the right. Okay. We're going to put this little guy right in here on the bottom, just like that. Can you guys see me getting this in? I'm just kind of trying to push it in as far as I can. So again, it stays the way I want it to. And we're going to add one more magnolia and a pretty little peony bud. Let's do the magnolia first. Okay, let me go maybe here so you guys can see it. So I'm putting it in right there. Make sure. Okay. We're going to have the bud kind of hang out a little bit. See, on the bottom here. There we go. Okay. Perfect. So right now, I'm going to add some leaves of the magnolia. So this one I'm going to put on the bottom. If you see this green thing, it's called a floral pick. And basically it extends the length of the stems for stems that are shorter, because that is how a lot of the times stems wind up, or flowers or anything, they wind up falling out. And we don't want that to happen. That is the last thing we want. Gonna get one more and add it right in here. Okay, see, so it's down there. Perfect. And then some of the fern that we're going to use is called Boston fern. I love Boston fern. So we're going to kind of have this wreath angled, or at least that's how I'm going to make it. So we're going to put the first one here, right behind the hydrangea. Remember, push it in, make sure it's secure. And see, there's 3 leaves. So now we can spread them a little bit. Just getting another Boston fern. And you know, with this, like, I have in my head that I'm going to use 6 of these, but I may wind up using more. Again, same thing. Push it all the way in. You know, it's really whatever you want to do. And that's what I love about creating, is that most of the time I have an idea of what I want to do, but then I may tweak it. I may keep it. It all really depends. Okay, do the other side a little bit just so we can kind of see what's going on. This, right, push it down all the way in. Now you see how these are a little funky? When you're getting higher quality stuff, you can see, bend it and move it around. So like this one, I'll give it a little twist, and there you go. Now it's facing forward. This one's being a little bit more difficult, but perfect. But I don't want it in, I want it more out. This one I think I'm going to bend a little bit just because it's taller. Okay, another one. Again, push it all the way down in there. See how it's starting to cascade down a little bit? This is the look that we're going for. Okay. Now, we definitely need a little bit more here. And we're going to want a little bit more there. So this one, like I said, it has 3 on it. I'm going to go and put it up towards it and see if I like how that looks. You know, to me, I think it's a little too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these. You know, a lot of the times people will not buy a higher quality floral because of the price, and I understand it. But a lot of the times you can turn something that's 1 into multiple. So there, that was 1, but now it's multiple. And I think, let me see what I want to do with this side. Do I want it? Okay, so you see how this one's longer? I want the shorter one on the outside. So you see how I'm able to just kind of do that? And then I'm going to dip it in the glue. And we're going to push this back here and push this all the way in. Okay, gonna have this one hanging down there. That will go up there. Okay. So now we still have a little more green we're going to add, but we're going to start adding some flowers too. So let's see. This is what we're going to add, and I think I want it right there. So I'm going to dip it in the glue and run around real quick. Okay. There we go. We're going to do another one. You see the gap right there? We're going to do another one. So what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of looking for where there's room to wedge this guy in. Okay, so I want that. This one will be back there, and that one will be there. See, because I want that in front of the grain. Just gonna bend that so there's a little bit of a curve. Now, still working on the same side, I'm gonna add this in right there. So we just cut this stem down a little bit because it's a little too long. Dip it in my glue. Okay. And again, I kind of just push back. I have an idea of where I want it to go. Make sure there's a space. And push it in. See this? You can go like that or bunch them together. We're going to go for a little bit of a separate one. All right. And then I want to add just some more greenery. Let me actually show you guys how I add a pick to it. So I'm gonna have to pick this one. So this is the pick. See, there's a little wire, and I dip it in the glue, and I kind of go like this. You don't have to do that. I do it just for a little bit of extra measure. I always get nervous. My biggest fear is selling one of my wreaths and something falling out instantaneously. If it happens over the years, that, you know, that's a different story. It's wear and tear, but it's like you open the box, hang it up, and something falls off. I would be devastated. Okay. So there. I want the purple more in front. All right. So now we're going to work our way to the other side. So I'll actually start with that same exact piece I put in and mimic it on the other side. I'll put that one right in here behind the magnolia. Again, I'm just kind of looking for space for it to fit. This side of the wreath is definitely harder to manipulate than the other. You know, that's one of the toughest things with grapevines is they're all unique, and sometimes something works out one time and then it doesn't the other time. Okay, now for my purple, we're gonna put that right here. You see how I found that gap? Now there's not a gap. I'll make it. I'm definitely going to add another piece of greenery back here, because even though this is here, still do not think it's enough. See, just right back there. So again, I'm going to separate this because I definitely do not need 3 there. That would be way too much. Okay, there we go. And now we got to add our yellow flowers. So I think what I'm going to do is move this guy here. Okay, and then I'm going to put the yellow flowers right there. So do you see what I'm saying? How you can manipulate all of this? I love that about wreath making. You can change your ideas all the time. In worst case scenario, you know, if you really don't like something, you could always just take it out. We want to try not to do that because that can damage the flowers, but sometimes it happens and we try our best to salvage everything and do it again. Okay, this one I think I'm going to have coming out here. So let's see. I'm going to have to crouch down for this. So I'm just really looking again, trying to see where I could fit this. I want to make sure that that's underneath. and that the flowers are the focal point. See, so I'm just moving it around, and there we go. This, I just kind of want to make go this way a little bit more. Get this behind that. Okay. I think the only other thing I want to add is a little bit more of this. So let's see what we have right behind this. This is kind of like my little stash of random stuff. Okay. So I have a couple more pieces. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Oh, maybe I have a couple more than a couple more. All right, so now we're gonna add these two, more towards the back. Definitely have to pick it. So, right, remember glue, rub it on here, place it down, twirl it around. And I'm thinking to put it back here on that side at least. The other side, I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't really made up my mind. Okay. And I think this side we're gonna do it right there. I'm just going to put the pick on, twirl it around. And we're going to put it right in here. Okay. Okay. Now, the only spot is right here where it is a little barren. So I think what I'm going to do, see, it's a little peony bud. So I think I want to add it there. The only thing I don't like about this is I kind of want this a little further away. So you see, I'm just going to move it just so it's a little bit farther away. Okay. Now we're going to add this button right there. And I'm going to add in another peony leaf to kind of cover up that bald spot. Okay, so let's see. Just kind of, again, forcing it in. Okay, I don't want to bunch too much up here. Just bend that a little bit. And I'm going to take a step back, because sometimes when you're making it, you can't really get a clear view. Yep. I think we are good. Let me zoom in for you. And here is our hydrangea and peony wreath. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you love it. Make sure to subscribe and follow us so that you all get updates for all of our new videos that we put up. Find us on Instagram, my Etsy shop. Everything is in my bio. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys soon.